Aloha, it's Katie, and I'm currently at the Hong Kong International Airport. Just got off a 13-hour flight, but I wanted to get this video up for you. There's a play area behind me. So I wanted to get this video up as soon as possible, which is why it's kind of ratchet here. Okay, but first, before I tell you where I'm going, I just want to give some background. If you're new and you haven't watched my college decision reaction, then you won't know where I'm coming from. I was accepted to UCLA, UC Berkeley, USC, Cornell, and then I was waitlisted at Harvard, Yale, Columbia, Penn. I did not get off the waitlist, which I expected because these schools have super high yields, so I didn't think they'd be able to take more. So then that meant the school I posited my money at became the school that I will be going to this fall. I don't know how to make it any more suspenseful, but besides all the green, I'm going to Cornell University in the fall. I wanted to wear the school shirt I got, but it's packed. But insert footage of earlier when I tried to film this video. I was wearing the shirt then, so I tried. You already know. Go Big Red! So I'll be a freshman. I'm planning on majoring in computer science, though I want to explore information science, business, communication too. I'll definitely keep you along with that whole college process, but also if you want, you can subscribe to my vlog channel, Daily Katie, because that's where most of my college vlogs will be. I can just imagine like some of you being like, Kate got the answer, now gotta go. But for those of you who want to stay and just learn about what was going through my head when I made this decision, I'll tell you right now. So after I received my acceptances, it really seemed like I was going to Berkeley, because I always knew that if I didn't get into Stanford, Berkeley was the next best because it was in California, it had a top CS program, sunny weather, only an hour flight away to LA. I had relatives, it was familiar, my brother wasn't alone, my cousin is there. It just seemed like a nice safe option for me, and that exact factor of being something in my comfort zone and safe is where it lost its appeal for me. It was kind of funny because every time people asked me where I was going, like this is before we had to decide, but I would say Berkeley and they would be very surprised that I didn't choose Cornell. And that might be because at my school we had this Cornell curse and no one's been getting into Cornell. Like that was the only Ivy League where we were not getting acceptances in, because we were consistently getting acceptances from all of those schools and other great schools, so it was kind of weird. And then when I got in, it was a pretty big deal. You got one acceptance from the school after 4 years. It would look bad if that one student didn't go to Cornell, you know? So that's the kind of environment I was in. But after that, I decided to do much more thorough research on the school. And what I found was just like an amazing academic program that was flexible. I did a lot for creativity, curiosity, for exactly what I wanted, and that made me think. You always hear that if you don't get into a school, it's because of fit. The school didn't think you would fit well with students there. And so I thought that means if I was accepted, the school thought I was a good fit. And earlier, around that time, I also got an email from my interviewer telling me that I was one of 40-something students in the Philippines who applied who got in regular decision. Like, what? Am I really that special? No, everyone's special in their own way, by the way, but it's more like, that must mean the admissions officer saw something in me that I couldn't see at the moment yet. So after that, I really started thinking about, is this a sign from God that first I broke the Cornell curse, and then I was only one in the nation to get accepted in regular decision. So I should be seriously considering the school and abandoning any preconceptions or any fixed goals I had, and to just look at this objectively. I did a lot of research. First thing I did, I looked at the academic programs. I knew that Cornell was the only school that had all the majors that I wanted to pursue. I recently discovered it had information science. It is exactly what I want to study, or it sounds exactly like that, because it combines like my love for the internet, online applications, and also the impact of technology. No, whatever. They're both crazy, challenging, and prestigious institutions. So actually, I just knew that academics-wise, I could not go wrong. So the second thing I looked at was the people, the community, the culture. I talked to both Berkeley and Cornell students. I ended up reaching out to the only Filipinos I knew, juniors who are currently at Cornell, who were so helpful, and they came from similar backgrounds as me. They're used to tropical weather. Ithaca, which is where Cornell is, it's super cold, long, harsh winters. So I just want to, gauge their experiences, and they really enjoyed their experiences. I also reached out to Anna from Indiana. Freaking shout out to her. She is one of my favorite college bloggers at Cornell University, so you should subscribe to her. She was so incredibly nice. She's also taking computer science, which is why I wanted to reach out to her. The people I talked to from Cornell were just so patient. I asked just so much, and when people don't get mad and they welcome it, it's just it gave me a sense of what people at Cornell were like. What I wanted was, you know, to look for a community where people actually cared about each other's successes, weren't just there for themselves. And I was vibing more with Cornell because of that, and also because everyone I've asked from Cornell had a good experience, whereas Berkeley, I cannot say the same. Now, my worries though, if you've heard of Cornell, you will probably think of either suicides, harsh winters, or isolation, and those are definitely worries for me that Berkeley did not have. Berkeley is only less than an hour drive away from San Francisco, which is a lovely city I spent the last 4 days in, and made me think, I'm gonna be missing out on this. And also sunny weather and whatnot, but whatever. I looked into that, and I don't think this is an issue I will be dealing with because I do hope to grow in faith. Suicide is a problem at every college. It's just some are more transparent about it, and I read somewhere that because Cornell is a bigger college, that obviously they make the numbers look higher. Logically, you just naturally have a higher percent of people who might be thinking those thoughts. And by the way, if you have any thoughts like that, please, suicide hotline, talk to your friend. Sorry, just like a side note because it's pretty important. I'm listening to a podcast, a savvy psychologist, and what studies found was that people commit suicide because they think the world would be better off without them and that there's no hope, but there is, and I really hope you remember that. You just have to find the help. So many people who care for you, so just please remember that. Back to the issues then. The last thing though was weather, and that was a pretty big deal to me in the beginning because I am used to warm weather. I get cold very easily, and I have not traveled to a place that snows or has gotten to negative in the past 10 years. I don't remember, and I know that in Ithaca, snowy winters, like piles of snow, are gonna be the norm for probably half the time I'll be there. I don't worry about it just because I like warm weather, I like the sun. I was worried from a health perspective that my body just would not be able to handle the cold. The bottom line came to, I really wasn't vibing as much with Berkeley as I initially had. When I just bounced it up, I realized that the cold is something I can prepare for and I can take precautions for to be adequately warm. But if I'm unhappy, feeling like the culture is just out to get me, it's cutthroat and all of that, then I will not thrive in Berkeley. Whereas for Cornell, I know that cold weather is a thing. Thousands of people have gone to this school and have put up with it. If they can do it, I can too. You know, it's also public versus private school, and private schools just give you more support, I guess more money for undergrads to support them. I really do need a support system if I'm going to be that far away from home. The last thing also, I mentioned earlier about the comfort thing and feeling safe there, but for me, choosing Berkeley would be to choose a safe option, whereas Cornell, when I think of Cornell, there's no clear image in my head. That's because it is the unknown, and it has that appeal of having an adventure waiting. No one in my family, no one that I'm close to, has gone all the way to Ithaca, a college town not near the city, which is also something I'm not very used to. The appeal of having a totally different experience that I can vlog with you guys, it is very exciting. It's very scary, but it's also incredibly exciting to know that I can pave my own path. And if you know the quote, like, bad decisions make better stories. I'm not saying it's a bad decision, but you know, I'd say big decisions that are different can make better stories. It's out of my comfort zone, and I truly believe that if I, you know, do my best in all of this and have a positive outlook, I could come out of this growing incredibly much. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk about this. If you're going to be applying to college soon, maybe think about some of these things. Also, just curious, comment below if you study at Cornell right now, or if you're in the class of 2022. I would love to get in touch. To my Filipino viewers, I'm still waiting on Ateneo because I'm waiting for my IB scores to come out, and then I'll know if I get in. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. I will be doing more college videos, but more towards August, don't worry. Subscribe to my vlog channel, Daily Katie, because a lot of my college content will be on there. And of course, subscribe to this channel too. Scan my Snapchat on your right, follow me on social media, @KatieX, and click the top right eye to watch more of my videos. Thank you for all the support you've given me as always. See you in less than a week with another new video. Bye guys.